It is so refreshing when a game studio upholds itself to a certain level of honor and integrity during a time in which so many publishers and developers have succumbed to avarice. As companies like EA, Activision, Take-Two, and Ubisoft, among many others, continue to push for ways to shift away from making games and towards making exploitative live services, there are still those who maintain that when you purchase a game at a premium price, it shouldn't come with any additional monetary caveats. One such studio is CD Projekt RED, the renowned developers of the critically and commercially successful Witcher 3. Even if recent allegations have demonstrated that it's not all sunshine and rainbows behind the scenes at the studio, one thing remains undeniable. There is a level of passion, talent, and ambition at CD Projekt RED that's hard to find among other AAA developers. They actually give a damn about shipping a product that meets a high standard of quality, even if that often comes with the price of delays, and they genuinely seem to care about showing their players and community respect and honesty. Further solidifying their integrity as game developers is a recent statement that CD Projekt RED CEO Adam Kaczynski provided to website PC Gamer. When asked about the recent controversy surrounding microtransactions and loot boxes, here's how Iwinski replied. Conversation sounds way too nice to describe what was happening last year. I would rather call it community backlash. And this time around, it wasn't just the hardcore community. There were a lot of really pissed off gamers out there, and they decided to speak up. Where we stand is quite simple, and you could see it with all of our past releases. Most recently, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and Gwent. If you buy a full-priced game, you should get a big, polished piece of content, which gives you many hours of fun gameplay. The definition of many may vary on a title-by-title basis, but in our case, it was always 50 to 60 plus hours of the main storyline, with up to a couple of hundred of hours of side activities if you really wanted to max out the title. To me, this is a fair deal. You get what you paid for, plus we are always trying our best to over-deliver. There is no better PR than a happy gamer recommending your title to their friends. Somebody please put that on a plaque, then send that plaque to companies like EA. Anyway, Iwinski continued. Then there is additional paid content, what we call expansions, not DLC, mind you. Things like add-ons way back in the Baldur's Gate era. We released 2 expansions like that, and each of them was a meaningful piece of content, delivering many hours of new story and gameplay. Finally, there are the DLCs. For us, they are small pieces of content which should be available for free, and that was the case with The Witcher 3. The above covers full-price titles, but there is also free-to-play territory. Here we have Gwent, where you can buy card kegs and some vanity items. Again, the deal is simple. You can play the game for free and craft your desired card collection this way, or decide to spend money and get card kegs. The choice is yours, and the only thing you pay for is time and convenience. The article then paraphrased how Iwinski talked about a need for transparency on the developer's part, that information on games should be readily available to players so that they can make informed decisions with their money, while also adding that when players buy a full-priced game, they should get numerous hours of gameplay and a significant amount of content for their cash. Iwinski finally concluded by stating, quote, "The moment they feel you're reaching out of their wallet in any unfair way, they will be vocal about it. And frankly speaking, I think it's good for the industry. Things often look great from a spreadsheet perspective, but decision makers often aren't asking themselves the question of how would gamers feel, or is this offer a fair one? Gamers are striking back, and I really hope this will change our industry for the better." You know, this might actually be the first time I've heard a game studio say that backlash from the gaming community is both justified and a good thing for the industry, whereas most other developers tend to give lame excuses, make make empty apologies or claim that people are overreacting. CD Projekt RED actually sympathized with gamers by saying, you know, maybe there's a good reason that they're pissed. And that acknowledgement is something that I, as a consumer of games, can't help but greatly admire. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? CD Projekt RED's priorities don't get much clearer than this. These are genuine game makers, not moneymongers wearing a game maker's mask. And here's the exciting bit from what Iwinski said. It looks like Cyberpunk 2077 will very much be following the same pricing and distribution model used by Witcher 3. In other words, we can expect Cyberpunk 2077 to be a $60 package that comes with a full game, followed by some small bits of free DLC, as well as substantial and fairly priced expansions. And even after they've hinted that Cyberpunk 2077 will feature some kind of online multiplayer component, Iwinski clearly implies in this latest statement that Cyberpunk 2077, being a premium-priced game and all, will feature no forms of recurrent monetization schemes. CD Projekt RED also said something to this effect on November 19th, 2017, when they tweeted, quote, "Worry not. When thinking Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than Witcher 3. Huge single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG. No hidden catch, you get what you pay for, no bullshit, just honest gaming like with Wild Hunt. We leave greed to others." You know, it's kind of sad that we live in a time in which we have to celebrate when a game developer announces that they'll be focusing on making a great game, because that is just sort of how it used to be back in the good old days of gaming. That was standard. But hey, I'll take anything that will further the stigmatization of predatory practices. Now, with the studio having been so boldly outspoken about the matter on numerous occasions, CD Projekt RED has zero leeway on backing out on their word that Cyberpunk 2077 won't feature microtransactions of any kind. If they do end up breaking their promise, well, that would just be a damn shame, because their word would end up being worth as much as the bullshit that AAA publishers normally spout. But this being CD Projekt RED, and after having heard numerous boldly stated reassurances, I feel confident that they will do right by us and just focus on making a damn good game rather than on scheming on ways to milk money from consumers. What I'm more anxious and excited about is seeing Cyberpunk 2077 in action for the first time and hoping that the game lives up to the immense hype. We'll likely see a full reveal at E3 2018 though, based on recent developments and hints from the studio, so we probably won't have much longer to wait. In the meantime, I would love to hear what you think about CD Projekt RED's latest statements in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy my content, consider supporting me on Patreon. It is completely optional, but it will go a long way in helping this channel grow, even if you donate as little as $1 a month. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.